Kia ora. My name is Inez. I'm a former champion swimmer, waterpolo player, a black belt in Tae Kwon Do. I've competed in multiple martial arts. My body does best when powerlifting and feeling strong. However, about 8 years ago, I experienced depression and anxiety. The medication changed who I was. I packed on 25 kilograms in a matter of months. Being on the medication, I was not well. I was even worse when I was off it. So for 5 years, I've just focused on reducing my terror, anxiety, overwhelm, and sadness that got me in that position in the first place. Once I had my new behaviours, it has taken me years to achieve those and really reset my beliefs, my behaviours, and my habits. But I'm now ready to use my movement skills to get me back to where I once was. So that's what my new playlist, Puarahi, Gut Love, is sharing with you all. It's free. It's something, a path I'm going to travel myself, and I wanted to share it. I have some skills, I have some training, I have some talents, and I have some knowledge to share. I am by no means the most, the sharpest looking PT. I'm not a qualified PT. I am a qualified, instructor and participated in the sports I've done. I will ask you that if you have any major injuries or health concerns, please get seen by a doctor. Do not rely on anybody on YouTube to give you advice if you are sick or injured. But otherwise, if you just want a pathway to do this gently, but also rationally, rationally. I have a Bachelor of Science and I have a double major in Animal Sciences and Agricultural Sciences. That means that I did biology, biochemistry, physiology, animal nutrition, endocrinology, so I know a bit about hormones, just science really. And so I've always been able to understand when people are teaching about movement or about our bodies or about our nutrition, whether it's a whole lot of kakao or not. I suppose that's what I am able to offer and bring to my wellbeing program that I'm sharing with you. I will, where possible, unpack or try to express in layman's terms what the science might be or the rationale might be behind what I'm showing you in a video. In this playlist, you're going to notice that there is nothing fancy. I've literally just pressed play on my laptop or my phone, recorded it, and then popped it onto the YouTube. It's the content that I hope is valuable rather than the production. How to use the videos. So I would like you to take whatever movement videos I've put for the week or the stage and practice them every day, building up on them. Now, when I say every day, they are very small movements and very low impact in general, apart from skipping. And they're more about unpacking our muscle spasms, particularly in the areas that get stagnant from sitting and from driving and sitting. Okay, we're unpacking and getting them lubricated and moisturized and moving again. Once our important vital points in our body, which is here, and obviously our neck and stuff, are right, and we've slowly untangled them, then we work on our suppleness through our diet, water intake, through stretching, through mobility, and you're probably looking at about a 3 or 4 month journey. Eventually, I'll be moving us into like working on muscle tone, working on performance kind of thing. The underlying important part I want you to note throughout this whole program or regime is that I'm trying to, well, I'm designing it dietary, movement wise, for you to keep cortisol as low as possible. Your cortisol, I don't want cortisol and adrenaline to be in our bodies because those swell up the gut area and they swell up the gut area because obviously we have too much cortisol in our bodies in general in the Western world anyway. And so I'm trying to get us to reduce those and do movement plans that don't stress you and peak adrenaline and cortisol. And that will help us to lose inflammation and move everything through the body and all the puffiness, okay? What else? Stay with it if you think this isn't, you want something sweaty and we're like CrossFit or something. I've done CrossFit as well. I'm a strong, capable person, but it's not that CrossFit is bad. Nothing is bad, but going into it with a lack of preparation can take weeks because your tendons and ligaments don't condition at the same rate as muscles. Muscles you can tear apart and you can exercise them, and within a week with the right nutrients and water, they'll be fixed. Tendons and ligaments aren't. They take 3 months for every 1 week, or 3 months every 1 month for muscles to be conditioned. That's how long. So your tendons, your elbows, your joints, your hips, your ligaments through here, your ligaments through your ankles and things, those are really important to give them time to catch up to your muscles before you stress them and pack on with running and crossfitting and stuff like that. So it's low impact, low cortisol producing, low stress movement, but it is still deeply quite difficult. Okay, it will, you'll find yourself out of breath, you'll find yourself challenged and maybe even sweating. So yeah, stay with it. The kai is don't change any of your food. For the first month, if you're joining this, don't change any of your food. Add to your food. Add nutrients, moisture, supplements, fluids, lipids, all to your food and your diet. We're trying not to stress you. We're trying not to stress ourselves. We're trying to reduce our stress. This is for gut love, for gut health. And by taking care of our gut, by not stressing all the time and disconnecting the stress from our body, allows our gut to repair, and then our gut starts to be able to do the work for us. I've lost now about 6 kilos from not even dieting or doing any exercise apart from what I'm showing you. And that is just from fluid flowing through, emptying of the bowels, a whole lot of cleansing out. And so now I'm able to start with a bit more intensive exercise. In stage 1, which is your first month to 2 months, all I'm asking you to do are the small movements that I have in the videos. Skipping or jumping on a trampoline. It's not for fitness and for burning off calories. It's simply for emptying the lymphatic system. Okay, the lymphatic system isn't a pump. It requires movement for gravity to move the lymphatic system through. Hence why when we get stuck sitting and being sedentary in our modern day life, fluids get stuck and you have toxins just basically sitting in our areas and making us susceptible to all the whatirama or clogged up lymph nodes. So the skipping is for that. The barefoot skipping is to strengthen our feet and our ankles. Strengthen our feet and our ankles aligns our feet properly, which aligns our knees properly, which aligns our hips properly. Do you get what I mean? Which means that Once they're strong and they're like this in the right position, we're able to build on that with squats, jogging if you want, whatever movement you want. But at the moment, most of us, if we're overweight, our arches collapse, which means everything's out like this, everything's like this. So we're strengthening our feet, pulls in the knees, pulls in the hips like that. And then all of a sudden we have good posture to build good muscle structure on. Enjoy, everybody. Remember, the main plan for improving your gut health is adding moisture, supplements, kai to your gut, and reducing stress by keeping your exercise and your dietary plan low stress, so low cortisol. If you start cutting down on calories and depriving yourself and then running and trying to do all sorts of stuff too quickly, you'll peak cortisol, your body will go into a different state, and it'll be harder to lose the deep fat and the fluids and all that stuff.